Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, the September 2018 ban list finally hit. I actually got a chance to look through it. I was pretty happy with what they did and some things I wasn't, but overall, it was still a good ban list in my opinion. Gouki's got hit. They lost MX Saber and Nightmare Goblin. They can still extra link you though. I've actually found that they still can, but they can't do the infinite loop with the Topologic Gumblar Dragon. So they can't, it has to be one or the other, sadly. But that being said, that means extra linking will still be alive. I know there's certain decks that can do it. Like I was able to test it out on Vampires, which I'll eventually post a replay video of how I did it. Well, before Nightmare Goblin was even banned, but I'll do another one just in case if I can figure out how to pull it off and what correct combinations to do. Well, anyway, for today I decided to present to you guys Blue Eyes once more. I just adjusted a few things. The new Cybernetic Special Edition just came out today at my game shop because it's an OTS store. So I was able to finally get my hands on number 38, Hope Harbinger. So I'm really happy with that. And my deck's updated to, or adapted to, the new ban list. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So starting off, you're going to be playing, of course, the standard 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Nope, make that 6 Blue Eyes White Dragons, because alternative counts as Blue Eyes White Dragons. So 3 and 3. Gotta have them. Next up, we run 2 Dragon Spirit of Whites. Pretty standard, you know. It helps you banish out back row cards and can help you tag out whenever your opponent has a monster. You can tag out for a Blue Eyes White Dragon, so great card. And of course, the 1 Cyber Dragon. Reason being is because helps you cancel out the extra link boards, and plus, you know, for any monsters like it. By the way, this is pretty funny. I was playing YGO Pro the other day against a Cyber Dragon deck, and I was playing Blue Eyes, and I was testing out the new Blue Eyes Solid Dragon, which is coming up at the end of this month, actually, at the new White Dragon Abyss set, which, by the way, once I pick up a copy, I promise I'll get you guys another deck profile on Blue Eyes once more. But anyway, I noticed that my extra deck was shining for some reason. I was like, what the heck's going on? And then I checked that Mega Fleet was summonable, and it just like wondering like, how? I don't have Cyber Dragon out, but my opponent did. So apparently you can steal your opponent's Cyber Dragon and his extra monster located in the extra monster zone to make Mega Fleet Dragon. That's busted. So anyway, I just thought that was really cool. I thought I'd point that out to you guys so for future reference, if you guys ever need to bring out Mega Fleet out and your opponent happens to have Cyber Dragon out, steal it. Like, that's all you gotta do. Alright, so moving on, so we don't get too far sidetracked here. Running the 3 Ancients and the 1 Legend, of course. I might bump this up to 2 now because, you know, it's actually really good, but I'm still debating on that. You guys let me know in the comments on what you think. I might just keep it as is, honestly, just because, like, I like the way the stones are as is, but, you know, I'm just saying. And, of course, Triple Sage and 1 Globe Bulb. All standard stuff. Globe Bulb's just there to help me out, bring out Crystal Wing a lot faster. And it just really helps out with a lot of good synchro plays, so that's why you should run Globe Bulb. Still 4 hand traps, triple Ash, 1 Veiler, that's it. Veiler's searchable, and Ash, you know, just still going to be one of the best hand traps to play, so definitely play it at 3. And if you don't have Ash, definitely pick up Ogres, because Ogres is going to be a lot more relevant in this upcoming meta, because Altergeist has the potential of being one of the strongest decks aside from Trickstars. So, and you got to get rid of those Floodgates. So Ogre is going to be the 1 card you need to actually deal with Floodgates. So that's a good option. So yeah, Ogre is definitely a good choice. So moving on to spells, we got Triple Melody, Triple Trade-In, and of course the God Revival, Return of the Dragon Lords, all at 3. All pretty standard stuff. Gotta run each of these cards at 3. Now for my deck to deal with Floodgates, I decided to, since of course Called by the Grave is now semi-limited, which I didn't agree with, by the way, guys. I was not really happy with that one. But on the plus side, it did help me make room for 2 copies of Twin Twisters. Gotta deal with Floodgates, guys. And plus, Twin Twisters, you kind of want to discard your stones or your dragons as quickly as possible, because Blue Eyes, the biggest strength with Blue Eyes is in its graveyard. So Twin Twisters will definitely help you out with that. And to also, like I said, get rid of Floodgates. Like Mech Knights will use that a lot. True Dracos, even Alter guys are going to be relying too heavily on Floodgates. And of course, since I said, as I mentioned, Call by the Grave is now at 2, so can only run it at 2. But it's a good way to, give yourself a little protection from, other hand traps, because, like, the one card that kind of hurts this deck more is Ash, or maybe actually Drone Lockbird, because Ash is baitable, but Drone Lockbird is actually going to be the one that kind of hinders you slightly. But yeah. Anyway, for the singles, we got 1 Shrine and 1 Burial. I don't run Shrine at 2 anymore because there were times I opened up with both of them, and even if the first Shrine doesn't get Ash, the second one's just going to be a dead draw, and you don't really know what to do with it. So I figured 1 and 1 is good. Just one to bait out the Ash, the other just comes in handy when it needs to come in handy. Of course, you're going to be running 1 for 1. You got a lot of level 1s, bring them out as quickly as you can. And for the remaining revival cards, of course, 1 Silver Scry, 1 Soul Charge, and Monster Reborn. Gotta keep this at 40 cards. And that's pretty much it for the main deck. So let's move on to the extra deck. Okay, so for the extra deck, I, of course, made a few slight changes, but nothing too big. Mainly just the Hope Harbinger, which I finally got. I'm really happy. So starting off with our links, decided to bring out 1 Beauregard Dragon. Reason being is because I feel like this is the only deck he's actually good in. But the fact that he can't be destroyed by card effects, which is really good. But once per turn, you can send 1 card from your spell or trap card zone to the grave, special summon from either player's graveyard to the field, 1 monster that was destroyed and sent there this turn, but its effects are negated. So it's a good way to combo off, with alternative White Dragon. Pop a card, bring that monster back, maybe use it for easy link material, or, yeah, basically that. I know Synchro decks are going to start coming back, especially with the Junk Speeder deck. Junk Speeders are really good right now, so yeah, Beauregard Dragon can definitely help out with that. And also, once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 monster on the field, change it to face-up defense position. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to that. So that's actually really good, and it's also a good way to, what else is there? Or flip effects, since, your opponent can't activate any effects in response, it really helps out, avoid flip effects. But Beauregard, I figured it was a good card to run. Eventually, if I ever get a Borreload Dragon, I'll probably replace it with that, but, in the meantime, Beauregard's good enough. Next up, of course, running Summon Sorcerers, which synergizes well with the deck. Just requires 2+ monsters of the same type except tokens. And then, of course, everyone by now already knows how busted Summon Sorcerers is, but you can, once per turn, you can target 1 monster she points to, special summon 1 monster from your deck of the same type to either player's field, but you mainly do it to yourself. Summon it in defense mode, and of course its effects are negated, but she's just there to synergize my Xyz and Synchro plays, so that's why she's there, and she's just really strong, and I like it. And of course, 1 Linkuriboh, standard, synergizes pretty well because you got a lot of level 1s, and it's a good way to, get the stones out safely. So, yeah. Moving on to Synchros, you got 2 Blue-Eye Spirit Dragons. Gotta run it at 2 just because you got 2 monsters you gotta summon with. Mainly Black Rose Moonlight Dragon to help you get into Crystal Wing, and then Azure Eyes, which is also standard. And of course, as I mentioned, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. And that's pretty much it for the Synchro plays. Moving on to the Xyz monsters, we got Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. We don't really use its effect, mainly just because, it's a Mind Crush and all that. Or, yeah, Mind Crush, I believe is what it's called. No, not Mind Crush, I'm sorry, Mind Control. Mind Control. Good card and all, yeah, you take control of a monster, but it only works, if you have, a card like Beauregard or Summon Sorceress out. And usually I have pulled that off, but most of the time you just mainly upgrade it to either Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, or even Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon, and that's pretty much all you use it for, but hey, if you can manage to successfully take control of one of your opponent's monsters with Cypher Dragon's ability, go and use them to make Xyz material for these guys, and that's pretty much it. Next up we got Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. As I mentioned, this guy's really pulled through for me multiple times, just because at the start of your battle phase you can detach 1 Xyz material. All other face-up card effects, or cards have their effects negated until the battle phase ends, and also he can attack twice. And of course, we finally got number 38, Hope Harbinger. Amazing card, really strong against Sky Strikers because he can negate spells once per turn. And he can take it as a Xyz material, if I'm not mistaken. And also, I know he has a secondary effect where you can detach 1 Xyz material and then change the attack target of whatever your opponent's monsters. So that's why I think it's really great. And also, you can target one face-up Xyz monster you control. It gains attack equal to that one of those destroy monsters' original attack strength. But half the time you don't really use it. But if you can pull it off, hey, go for it. And then for the last two monsters, since we're running the one Cyber Dragon, we're running the one Mega Fleet. And since this one doesn't require polymerization either, one Twin Burst. And that's pretty much it for the extra deck. And Twin Burst is always good just to get around like really big boss monsters, especially those that can't be destroyed in battle, since he can't be destroyed in battle himself. Alright, so moving on to the side, of course we're running one Maiden and one Master. Still really great cards. Every now and then I'll bring them in, but most of the time I just keep them out just because they're just a good side engine. And of course, another good side engine is Amorphage Goliath and Arcbrave Dragon, just because it helps you lock out certain decks like Pendulums or anything that relies too heavily on the extra deck. So Arcbrave and Amorphage Goliath are definitely good cards to run in. And yeah, that's it for the monster part. Moving on to the spells, of course. Two Desires. I decided not to main deck it anymore just because like most of the time I never really see it, and the other times is like I see it when I don't really want to see it. So, but it's still a consistent card. It's still relevant. So definitely pick up your Pot of Desires as quickly as you can, just because they might be more relevant in this meta. So yeah. Two Forbidden Scriptures has a similar effect as Tachyon Dragon. We got two Mind Controls. Pretty good. It combos really well with Summon Sorcerers as well, so that's why I like to run it. Two Night Beams, which helps you against cards like, since Scapegoats, even though it's at 2, people will still be playing it, but it's a good way, you know, to get rid of cards like that, because you can target one spell or trap, your opponent can't activate the targeted card in response, so that's why it's still really strong. Another Silver Scribe, just because you never know. Raigeki might come in handy more in this upcoming meta. Not sure yet, that's why it's still on the side. And of course, one Dragon Revival Rhapsody. That's a good card going first. And going second, I feel like I feel more confident going second now. Not that the Gunblar Dragon hand loop isn't going to be as strong as it was before. So that's why I feel like I can safely play this deck going first or second. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys again on the next video. And yeah, have a good one.